Hey guys, welcome back. So, the axle I went with is a Rhino 2.0. And why did I go with this? Well, best bang for the buck. If you want to upgrade from stock, they say that these are 100% stronger than the factories. So, and the boots, the rubber boots, are way stronger and way less chance of puncturing them and everything, and they're really heavy duty. So you got that going for you, and they got a good warranty. They got 18 months. First 60 days, you smash them, do whatever you want, they'll fully replace it, and then after that, it's 50 bucks every time you send it in, no questions asked. You can smash them the way you want. You can abuse them, you can do whatever you want for 18 months, for a year and a half. So that's why I went with them. Also, through ordering them, I got them on discount, and I got them actually, I paid only $10 or $15 more than the OEM ones. And the OEM ones, I was getting them at 10% off, and I was getting them for $6.90 Canadian. And so take 25% the US exchange rate. So that's it. So basically for 15 bucks more, I got two axles that are supposed to be way better. So we're gonna install these and put them on the bike. So everything's already torn off. So it's just gonna be an install, basically video installing them. So everything you see taken off is basically everything you see putting on. So it doesn't matter which way you watch the video, right? So like I said in my last video, Evan Roon Johnson triple protection grease is what we're gonna do. So let me put this one aside. Oh yeah, don't forget, this is inside the box, taped on the top. So if you're looking for it, it's not in the wrapper with this. Look inside your box, feel it's gonna be taped at the top of the box. There, your cutter pin. So that's where it's hiding. So, like I said, grease that C-clip. That's the main culprit of seizing up. So we wanna put some in there, slide her around, put some more, slide her around, put some more, slide her around, put some more, keep it doing until you get it all the way around. Maybe you want to put some light on that. And we're going to grease the splines and where it slides. This actually feels like a grease that's really, really sticky grease. So. All right, then we'll do the other end, I guess, once it's in there, because we're gonna grab it. So let me lick my fingers off. All right, guys, so I'm also gonna grease inside here. And don't worry about the grease, because it's just gonna push inwards and it's not gonna do anything, because basically, and as you can notice, the seal is around, this is solid steel here, that's the part of the gear. So basically, there's no seal. There's nothing sealing around those splines. So that's why the water and the shit gets in there. So if you don't grease it, that's what's gonna happen. There we go. I might as well do the other side too while my fingers are full of grease. So and there we go. So grab your axle, loosen the nut till it's over the end of it so you don't bang on the other end. Get yourself some slack so you got some knocking, and then put this one that's flush. Seat it in there. And I guess once it lines up with the splines, it goes in pretty good. We'll just push everything, extra tap it. Now we'll just give it a, see the C-clip locked? Yeah, she's locked. All right, so. Easy explanation for this. You gotta take all 3 arms out, so take all 3 bolts out. Remove the brake, remove the 2 bolts behind the caliper, and then you're pulling out the spindle. So, this is not complicated. There's an arrow and it says top right here, so that goes to the top. So, that's as simple as that. These axles come with a nut and washer and a cutter pin, so no worries about that. Put that aside there. And now we'll grease the splines on this, because we don't want to have problems with these splines. All right, so make sure you got the top at the top. Oh, yeah. All right, so we got the bottom one in. Just slide the bolt right through, line it up. I'll come out on this side and then just put one of the nuts at the end. And then we got this one in this way. It's the opposite way. And then just put the nut in at the end. Simple enough. They're basically all 18 or 19 millimeters. And then the one in the back from this one here, don't forget the washers, the 2 small washers that go in between there. And then do the tape up, tape the nut to hold it in place there because it keeps falling. So basically, just put it in the back, right here in the middle. You're probably not going to see this, but, and then start screwing it in. There, once it's started, there's no problem. There we go. Just gonna leave everything loose for now. Now, grab your hub assembly. We're gonna put some grease on it. We're gonna actually clean it out. All right, so. And don't be afraid to grease these splines. You go play in the water in the mud there, just there we go. Oh, and almost forgot. With the grease, the bearing grease, do the outside. Because this is what slides on your bearing. Then you want to put the other grease is just marine grease. This is lithium bearing grease. So if you think I'm putting too much, I'd rather have lots because the thing washes away. There we go. And I'm not worried about the brakes being clean and all that because I'm going to clean them after. All right, so basically line up the splines. And then push it in. If you got too much tension, use another jack, like I'm doing right here, and lift it up, get some weight off the axle. Hold this in place just to make sure. See, now there's less tension on the axle. So there we go. Now everything gets tight with the grease, right? There's no free play. Everything is loose because I haven't tightened my bolts yet, but yeah, that's it. Grab your big nut and washer. So the nut at the end, the washer in between, and we'll torque that to spec after. There we go. So that's basically how you do it. Get ready to burn some calories. But anyways, remove these. You got to remove your 3 bolts and nuts in the back here to be able to take out the knuckle. Put a jack underneath to have no tension on the joints because it puts a lot of pressure on the joints at each end. Doesn't matter. You're trying to prevent any damage of any sort. I like to put grease on the bolts on them to slide them in. You can put anti-seize if you want. I just grease everything up. And like I showed you, to grease the bearing and everything while you're there. So that's it. So that's how you put in an axle joint, and that's how you to pull it out. Well, like I showed you in the other video, you just use that tool that pulls behind it. So make sure before you start doing this job, you get this, eh? And try to put it in just with this in the back. And if it doesn't go in easy, grind it. Don't be afraid. Grind it in till it slides in. And if it doesn't come out, pounding it, take the CV boot out if the joint stayed in there. If it didn't come out, bang it to break the freeze off the C-clamp, and then yank it out and then clean everything inside if you didn't grease everything from day one, because you'll be looking at a nightmare. And that's it. So wife's like thinking it's funny that I'm all sweaty and zooming in on me. But anyways, yeah, that's basically it. So I hope these, we're gonna go try these out once everything's done. Also, I guess the next video is gonna be brakes, because I noticed when I was taking this apart that I guess I didn't have they're gone. So brake job is next. So we'll do full around brake job. I still got to take the front axles out and grease the inner axles and grease the axles and re-grease the bearings for the winter. Also, we'll be dropping the oil in the diffs, so we'll be doing that too. So I'll do a little how-to video real quick, to maybe a 5-minute video, how to change the oil, whatever. But anyways, appreciate you guys coming back again and sticking around. And the reason why I went with the Rhino 2.0 is, like I was saying, 100% stronger, better boots, heavier duty. They got a better angle, so if you're lifting your bike, like putting a 3-inch lift, you know, like the guys do, or cranking them up or whatever, or spreading them out, they can take the angle way better, and the best warranty in the biz. They're not the high end, but I looked at the high end ones. The price you pay for a high end one, and if you break them and you compensate for what you're repaying for the value to replace, the replacement value of that Rhino is not replaceable. So it's basically the Rhino itself. If you break it, it's going to pay it by itself. So that's the way I went. It was the cheapest, best heavy duty axle, better than factory, that had a better warranty than factory, and it's been out for a while, so everybody knows them, everybody whatever. And so that's my opinion, but I'll do a review on them. I'll go try them out. If I bust them up, I'll let you guys know they're shit. Don't buy them, stick with the OEM, because the OEM lasted 3 years. The only reason I'm changing them is because they had the free play inside the center gear, and they were coming narrowed out like this here. They were the teeth sharpened up. So, and then I had free play inside the gear, up and down. So I don't know if this was worn, that it's playing up and down, or if it's just the teeth that's got free play in the teeth. Anyways, so that's the reason why I'm changing those. And yeah, because you want to make sure that you change them before they slip inside the gear, because the gear's 450 US, I think, and you got to pull the whole tranny out. So make sure you get a primary puller to get the whole 9 yards, and it just turns into a small job that you could have just greased everything from day one, like I said on the previous video, and you could have been done with it. So thank you guys for watching again. Please subscribe, and like I said, once we get to 1,000 and 4,000 hours watched, once I'm monetized, like they say, help me get there, and I'll be happy to give you guys a prize for the 1,000 subscribers that subscribe. So thank you. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye for now. All right, so put some light in here. Line up the axle. You'll feel the teeth. There you go. Make sure she's knocked in properly. Check her out. All right. Then here, basically, with everything disconnected in the back, you swing her to the side here and to that here. And then you put the upper first. Make sure you sit the middle one inside. They're kind of line up these